The bulls try to break out towards 4,200. Will they fizzle out?
This is Invest with Jacob.
Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, I talked about the fact that the bulls had an immediate path higher if they wanted to take it, and I was a little bit skeptical of it as they did not have impulsive moves off of the low, but the bulls did go for the breakout and broke over the pivot and they hit the 1236 extension as expected. From there, they've pulled back a little bit. Now the question is, can they follow through to 4,200? I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, as I've said, as long as we're above 4088, it is reasonable to see a push to 4300. We did get a breakout set up today, so let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. Been talking about this for a while. We got this A wave up. We've been looking for this B wave to conclude, and it does look like we may have gotten that, as they did take out the A wave high today. Off of this low, I told you we had a potential 1-2 setup. And in my room today, once we hit this 0.5 extension here and pulled back, I said they have a 1-2-1-2 setup. And it's very likely if they do break out that we hit the 4175 area. And that's exactly what happened. They pushed through the pivot here at 4154 through the 1.0 and hit the 1236 as you would expect, and then started to pull back as you would expect. Now, what we would expect from here is a pullback to the 764 and the 4154 range. But the good news about this breakout is it does give us some pretty clear parameters. For the C wave to continue, they need to hold over 4147 until we hit that 4200 level and get our 5 waves up. So we would look for a pullback towards 4154. They did give us one down here towards 4158 or so, and since they did spike through the 1236, that is possible we're done with that pullback. It doesn't have to come all the way back to 4154, so it is possible this was enough of a pullback right here. Typically, though, you would see a little bit deeper on the pullback and then a move higher toward 4192. 4164 on the next pullback, and then up to 4209. So as long as we stay above 4147 and complete this pattern up to 4200, it is very bullish, and that would be a completion of the A wave higher. So this would complete wave C of A, and then you'd have a wave B pullback after that, and then you'd look for the bigger C wave up toward 4300 plus. So that's essentially what we're looking at from a chart perspective. Can the bulls hold it over 4147? And if they can they push it up to the 4210 area, 4200, 4210, somewhere in that region, okay? And then we would look for a pullback from there. Now, if they cannot hold this area here, then it is possible that we need a deeper B wave retrace, and you would have an A, B, C down toward that 4105 level that I've been talking about with a little bit of an expanded B wave here. And that is what we would expect if they do fail at this point. We would see them come back and test 4105, and then from there, we would look for the next move higher. So we could see a failure here, but right now the bulls do have it above the pivot and above the 1.0, and they've retraced properly. So the bulls are in control here until they can break, the bears can break 4147. Over on the NASDAQ, as I've been screaming for a while now, the NASDAQ is in a very bullish breakout formation, and it continued that move up today. It hit the 1236 that we've been talking about for, well, all the way since back here. So this is back in April where I told you we should be going to this 13,700 range, 13,600 range, and the move up. And then we should look for a pullback from here to the 13,400 area. Now, because of the posture of ES and where it's at, we may not get this full pullback. It may be a smaller pullback, or it may kind of grind up and a little bit sideways here while ES kind of finishes its C wave up toward 4,200. So you may get kind of a grind up in the NASDAQ with the move up in the ES should they complete that pattern. And then you can see this pullback in the NASDAQ to the 764, which is what we would expect, again, testing the top of the pivot. And then that would be coinciding with the B wave pullback on ES. And then we'd look for the next move higher up toward the 13,857 area before a pullback, and then a final move up toward 14,060 on the NASDAQ. So that's what we would expect to see on the NASDAQ if they're going to continue to take this higher. Just like on the ES, the parameters are very clear now. We're over the 1.0 and into the 1236. So they should hold 13,406. If they break that, it's a warning, but it doesn't make the pattern invalidate. But at 13,329, that is a break of the pivot, and that would be a sign that the bullish pattern is failing. And then we'd look again for that bigger ABC flat on this as well. We get the A wave down here, the B wave up, and then the C wave down towards that 12,800 area before starting higher. But with both markets in a bullish posture, we would look for them to try to continue this breakout to the upside. Again, the NASDAQ could kind of grind and slow down a little bit here, maybe come up to the 1382, because ultimately the NASDAQ was targeting 14,400, and right now they're targeting 14,060. So they could grind a little higher in their wave 3 to extend, to kind of coincide with the B wave pullback on ES, and then C higher on ES would coincide with wave 5 of 3, 4, and then 5, which would all line up at that point. So that's what we'd be looking for on the NASDAQ, still in a bullish posture, still breaking out, hitting the targets we've been giving for a while now, and still set up as long as they're over that 13,329 level. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link. Takes you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial, because I want you to get in there, and I want you to make sure you love it and become part of the trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. Guys, we just started our training material. Our first course is our Elliott Wave for Beginners course. So many people in my room are learning Elliott Wave. I just had another guy leave my room because he's become a professional trader on his own. He doesn't need the training anymore, and that's the quality of information and training we give. We're not snake oil salesmen that give you a trade and leave you to die. We truly train you how to be better traders in the market. This does come with both memberships. The first plan, the Invest with Jacob plan, you get all my real-time market updates, all my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over all of the Elliott Wave questions, as well as the path we're on and what to expect, and the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are interested in day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that absolutely crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money, and it's how he structures the trade that's so unique. Something you really have to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you guys how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, I would love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. Okay, the key takeaways for today, it's really simple. As long as the bulls are over 41.47 on the ES, we are bullish and looking to break out towards 4,200 to complete the A wave. Then we'd look for a B wave pullback from there. And over on the NASDAQ, as long as they are above 13,329, they are bullish. And we would look for a pullback into that 13,406 area and then on up, eventually to 14,060 to complete that move up as well. Guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.